Cat1 smoke sensor usage and debugging. The following will be explained in 5 parts. 1. Hardware introduction and preparation. 2. Software introduction and preparation. 3. Practical operation demonstration. 4. System integration instructions. 5. Troubleshooting guide. Before debugging, let's first understand how the smoke sensor works and data flow. The smoke sensor detects the presence of smoke in the environment, then transmits it to the 4G base station via the Cat1 wireless network. The base station then sends the data to the cloud server. The cloud server can notify management personnel via voice calls and SMS, ensuring timely warnings and emergency measures to reduce fire risks. 1. Hardware introduction and preparation. Before operation, prepare the following hardware equipment. Our company's hardware includes 4G smoke sensor, 4G antenna, TTL serial cable, IoT card. The sensor and antenna are standard components. The serial cable and IoT card are optional. Customers can purchase them from us or prepare them themselves. Customers also need to prepare a computer. Hardware connection demonstration. To configure sensor parameters, first open the sensor. Set it via the internally reserved test points. Before setting, connect the 4G antenna. Then insert the IoT card. Connect the sensor's internal test points using a USB to TTL cable. Ensure the wiring sequence is correct. Connect the USB end to the computer. Press the setup button to wake the device. The LED will enter a blinking state, allowing parameter configuration. If the indicator light turns off during setup, press it again to reactivate. Then continue setting parameters. After parameter configuration, install the smoke alarm as indicated by the arrow. Once installed, fix it in the monitoring environment. Avoid installing it in kitchens, bathrooms, or other areas prone to steam. Also avoid areas with strong airflow, such as AC vents. These locations may cause false alarms. 2. Software introduction and preparation. Contact customer support to obtain the configuration software. Install the serial port driver. Open the downloaded configuration software. Find the serial port driver. Find this application and click. Keep clicking next to complete installation. The subsequent steps will not be demonstrated. The serial port can be emulated via the configuration cable. Right-click this PC. Click Manage Device Manager Ports to check if the serial port driver is installed. Serial port selection and parameter configuration. Open the smoke alarm configuration software. Select the virtual serial port emulated by the serial cable. Open the serial port. Next, configure the sensor parameters. Note, this must be done while the LED is blinking. This is the network parameters section. First, select the network. Here, the TCP protocol is used, so select private PTL. Then set the cloud server's IP and port. Once configured, the smoke sensor will send alarm data to the specified server. Next is the MQTT parameters section. Since MQTT is not used here, no explanation will be provided. Next is the general parameter section. The device address uses a 4-byte programmable identifier, as specified in the protocol. Users can customize it. Response wait time. This refers to the maximum allowed time threshold for the device to wait for a server response after establishing a connection. If no response is detected within this period, the device will enter sleep mode. Register set this based on the cloud server's requirements. Before establishing a communication link, the device first sends a registration packet. Ping time is the time interval for periodic heartbeat packets between the device and server to confirm online status. It can be customized. A longer heartbeat interval saves more power. Here is the APN configuration section. APN scenario should be filled according to the SIM card's carrier and card type. Please consult your carrier for specific names. APN username and password should be filled as required by the carrier. Configuration completed. Click Write APN to apply. After parameter configuration, click Write Config and Reboot to complete the setup. 3. Practical operation demonstration. After parameter configuration, the smoke sensor's status can be viewed in the monitoring system. Here is the device's current remaining battery level. Here, you can check the current, temperature, and humidity of the monitored environment to assist in fire risk assessment. This is the device status indicator, which reflects the smoke sensor's 3 core states in real time: fire alarm, self-test, and normal. This displays the SIM card number. Press the self-test button, and the buzzer will sound at over 80 dB. The LED will stay lit, and the monitoring platform will show self-test status. Next, let's simulate a smoke environment. When the sensor detects smoke, the buzzer will sound, and alarm data will be pushed to the monitoring platform. If voice and SMS alerts are enabled, users will also receive phone calls and text messages.
您的设备安传物联测是负4G 烟感1203下面的传感器设备状态，触发报警数值等于4报警，请登录平台查看详情。
This allows management personnel to respond immediately and minimize losses. 4. System integration instructions. To connect the smoke sensor to a customer's own server, simply set the server's IP and port in the sensor. Once configured, the customer's server acts as a TCP server to receive data from the smoke sensor. It should be noted that the smoke sensor is a low power consumption product. It acts as a client. It does not maintain a constant connection with the server, only connecting when transmitting data. After sending data, it disconnects and enters sleep mode. The uploaded data is in hexadecimal format. For specific protocols, refer to Section 2.2 Protocol Parsing in the Wireless Smoke Alarm Test Manual. 5. Troubleshooting guide. Sensor continuously alarming. First, check for interference sources in the installation environment. For example, kitchen fumes, steam. Ensure the installation location complies with guidelines. For example, avoid AC vents, direct sunlight. Check for dust accumulation in the sensor's detection port. Regular cleaning is recommended. No data for extended periods. Confirm the cloud server's IP and port are correctly configured. Possible causes: SIM card has insufficient balance, exhausted data plan, weak carrier signal, or unstable local 4G coverage. Contact our sales team for queries, or relocate the device to an area with stable coverage. Server not receiving data. If the network is normal, check hardware connections, especially the sensor's internal metal contacts. Observe the status LED during data transmission. If it's off or blinking abnormally, poor contact may be the issue. Serial port not displaying. Ensure the serial cable is securely plugged in. Try a different USB port or cable. If the serial device is abnormal, reinstall the driver. This concludes the full process of using and debugging the Cat1 smoke sensor.